I already have here for you my tree map set up for you. I'm going to move my tools up for a second. Now, this is just for review. If you want to add something to your tree map, you can. You do not need all of this information, but this is just the outline here before we get started for a video that I'm so excited to share with you today. Okay? All right, let's start off just to review my legislative branch. Who makes it up? Remember, it is our Congress. You should have Congress, and my Congress is made up of my House of Reps and my Senate. One of the biggest, most important job here that I have here is that they make laws. It's one of the biggest things that they do. Remember, they can approve or veto the treaties made by the president. They can approve officials appointed by the president. Remember, we talked about they approve the making of money and how it's spent. They can control trade, and they can declare war. So these were all the different ones we had outlined. Now, you don't have to have all of it, but just a few jotted down for me. Let's review. Moving on to the executive. Remember, this is our president and our vice president. Because remember, if something happens to the president, the vice president then takes over. My president, he's our commander-in-chief. He's in charge of our military. What does the president do? He carries out the laws, right? He's making sure these laws are getting obeyed. But remember, he's got a big responsibility. The laws that the legislators are bringing over, he can either approve them or veto them. And we have our president, vice president, cabinet members, and ambassadors that all help out with the executive responsibilities, because also our presidents will meet with other leaders of other countries and make treaties with them. All right, so again, this is all the information. Just make sure you have a few things written down because you're going to need it for our video. All right, last one. We went on to the judicial branch here. Remember, that was a picture of, we had our court system, remember? The Supreme Court. The Supreme Court justices is the highest court in the U.S., and that's what makes up our judicial branch. They are appointed for life. That was kind of important to know. That's a huge responsibility. We have 9 justices who are serving for life on that judicial branch. Their biggest thing, friends, is that they're making sure the laws are fair and constitutional, because they can decide if a law is unconstitutional. If they don't think it's fair, they can stop it. Okay? All right. So if you at least have a few notes here, who and what for each branch of government, you will be ready for our video. All right. I hope you are. Moving on. Okay, so I've got a fun Ed Puzzle video here, and it's from one of my videos from Schoolhouse Rock, and it was one of my favorite cartoons when I was about your age, and maybe your parents were pretty familiar with it too. Now, as I'm going through the video with you this time, you guys have done some on your own, but I want you to use your tree map here to help me out. Help me answer these questions as we're going through it. Okay? I hope you're ready. Let's listen in. It's a pretty funny song, too. Hope you enjoy it.
And last, the 3-ring government.
Gonna have a 3-ring circus someday. People will say it's a fine one, son. Gonna have a 3-ring circus someday. People will come from miles around. Lions, tigers, acrobats, and joggers and clowns galore. Tightrope walkers, pony riders, elephants, and so much more. Guess I got the idea right here at school. Felt like a fool when they called my name, talking about the government and how it's arranged, divided in 3 like a circuit.
All right, so try to look at your tree map, okay? They said that it was divided like the circus. Look at the rings to the circus. Look at your tree map, okay? How many divisions did we make for our branches of government? Did we have 4 branches, 3, or 2? Write down on your piece of paper, how many? For question number 1. All right, hopefully you chose 3. If not, make that correction. 3 branches, just like the 3 circles to the circus there. All right, let's continue.
Ring 1, executive. 2 is legislative, that's Congress. Ring 3, judiciary. See, it's kind of like my circus. Step right up and visit ring number 1. The show's just begun. Meet the president. I am here to see that the laws get done. The ringmaster of the government.
All right, so go back to that executive branch there with our president. Look at your notes. What is his job? Is it to see the laws get done? Is it to make sure the laws are fair? Or was it to create the laws? What was the president's job? Jot down what you think. If you said to see the laws get done, remember, he's enforcing those laws, right? Okay, good job. Let's keep going.
On with the show! Hurry, hurry, hurry to ring number 2. See what they do in the Congress. Passing laws and juggling bills. Oh, it's quite a thrill in the Congress.
So, if the president is enforcing the laws, then what is the role here of the Congress? Is it to judge the laws, pass the laws, or make sure the laws get done? What did the Congress do? Jot down your answer. All right, so they're making sure that they're trying to pass those laws. So they're making the laws, aren't they? Okay. All right. I hope you have that answer down. If not, go ahead and correct it. That's okay. And let's keep on going.
Focus your attention on ring number 3. The judiciary's in the spotlight. The courts take the laws and they tame the crimes, balancing the wrongs with your rights.
I love the illustration of the seesaw, right? Because they're trying to balance and they're trying to say, are these laws right? Do they work for all of Americans? Are they constitutional? Okay. Look at those answer choices. If it's easier for you, just simply put A, B, and C. That's fine. Because I know some of these answer choices are a little long. But which one of those would work for you? To make sure the laws are balanced and constitutional, create the laws, or to make sure the laws are done? All right, if you chose the first one, you are absolutely correct. Good job. If not, just make a quick correction, please. And let's keep going.
No one part can be more powerful than any other is. Each controls the other, you see. And that's what we call checks and balances. Well,
Remember what I said. We have branches. Not one is more powerful than the other. Okay? So that process of checks and balances, what does that mean? Is it A, paying money in a balanced way? B, the system in place to make sure that one branch does not become more powerful than the other? Or C, suggesting bills to be passed in a balanced way? Which one would you choose? All right, so make sure, remember, they don't want to go back to a king. They want to make sure that not one branch is more powerful than the other. They're balancing the powers. All right, let's keep going.
well, everybody's act is part of the show, and no one's job is more important.
Real fast, true or false? Is the president's job more important than the Congress's job? What did they just say about that? All right, that is false. There is not one person who's more important than the other one. Everyone has an important role here. Let's keep going.
The audience is kinda like the country, you know, keeping an eye on their performance. Ring 1, executive. 2 is legislative, that's Congress. Ring 3, judiciary. See, it's kinda like my circus. My circus. I'm gonna have a 3-ring circus someday. People will say it's a fine one, son. But until I get it, I'll do my thing. With government, it's got free rings.
All right, friends. Well, I hope you enjoyed that today and you learned a lot about our three-ring circus, our three branches of government. Again, if you want to send that tree map and the questions that we did with the video to your teacher, we all love to kind of see all the hard work you've been doing. You can send that through your class dojo or maybe just email it to us if that's something you're able to do. We always like to see your hard work. Okay, well, enjoy the rest of your day, and thank you so much for joining me.